In this video, I want to talk about when you've had the call with the prospect and they go quiet, and what do you do after that. So what most people tend to do with this is they'll send an email or give them a call saying, hey, just checking in, or like what's kind of going on. And the problem with this is you're not really adding any value. So there isn't really anything for the prospect to reply to, especially if you're sending that via an email or even an SMS. It also reads as kind of chasing them, as if like you need the deal, and that in their eyes will lower your value. So their perception of you will be that you're just someone who's trying to chase them to get money off them, as opposed to kind of trying to help them, as if you're not the kind of authority or the person with the capabilities to actually help them solve their problem. The other thing as well is that so many different salespeople send or just checking in, or just circling back, and kind of buzzwords or buzz phrases like this. And like it's like pattern recognition for your prospects. The amount of time they'll have seen that, like, oh, I'm not really that interested. So based off that, you'll probably not hear back from them, and then what you'll do is give up and then actually write the deal off. And the reason why they've actually kind of gone quiet in the first place is not because they disliked you or they thought it was a bad call. It might be something has got in the way, like life happens, slip down the list. It isn't really a priority for them right now, or they have a question that they don't want to ask on the call, and they're a little bit embarrassed to bring it up, or maybe you didn't probe deep enough with your questions to fully understand the kind of motivation or the driving factors behind why they want the call with you in the first place, or what problem they have. It may be a case they need to speak to someone. This has happened to me a couple of times, when the person you're speaking to isn't the decision maker, because the decision maker is away on holiday or away on business, or in ill health or something, whatever it might be, and they say, oh, I just need to wait for this person to come back, then I'll run it by them. Then the person comes back, and again, they've got stuff they need to catch up on, which is more urgent, and it just drags on and on and on. And a lot of the times, it kind of just gets brushed under the carpet and they forget about it, which is always why you should try to get the decision maker on the call. Or alternatively, you've gone through the whole process, everything sounds great, they really want to do it, you then drop the price, and they're like, oh, I need to think about it. And they know full well there and then that the money is the problem, which is why you should always probe into, I need to think about it to understand if the money is a problem, to see if there's anything you can do about that in regards to payment plans or anything. But a lot of people will tend to kind of avoid you, rather than actually just saying, sorry, look, I literally can't afford this at this point. So what to do instead is, if you're following up with them, just lead with value. So that can be sending them a case study, or say, oh, I had a thought which could help you with this, or whatever it might be. Give them something that's actually valuable to them, which actually will give them an incentive to reply. It doesn't look like you're just kind of chasing them and chasing them to get them to pay, because again, that will just lower your value in their eyes, and it just looks like you're trying to get them to buy from you. The next thing as well, could just be like name the silence. Just be like, hey, like just wondering if everything's okay. Like if there's a project stalled, have you put this on pause? Like just want to understand here if there's anything I can help you with, or is this something that you're kind of parking for the foreseeable? Just try and understand what's actually going on with them, rather than just like pressuring them to come back to you. Make the no easy as well. So again, give them permission to say no. So you could just say, look, like, is this something that you want to do right now? And if they just come back and say no, like, at least you know you haven't wasted your time. I think that's a pretty big misconception in sales as well, is that, oh, well, if you got them on the call, you could have convinced them. Some people just don't want to buy, and it's better for your kind of peace of mind to be like, cool, that one's off the table, let's focus on the ones who are interested, rather than just chasing people who said, oh yeah, I'm interested, and then they just said that because they want to get off the call. And then finally close the loop, be like, look, follow up with you a couple of times now. Seems like you've kind of put this on pause. I'll leave this, but if anything changes, you have my details to get in touch. This has actually triggered quite a lot of people to come back to me, because it feels like the pressure's then off them. So again, that will help. And again, just make sure in terms of the messages, I've given you a few examples here that I won't read out to you, but if you just kind of pause the video, you can look at them. So you've got kind of the value approach, you can name kind of what's going on, you can make no easy for them, and then again, close the loop. So here's a couple of examples you can utilize, which will allow you to kind of re-engage the prospect. And a lot of times with this as well, if they're not coming back to your email, just try give them a quick call. If they pick up, you can just have a quick chat and be like, look, hey, just want to make sure that this is still on your radar. And if they're like, no, or like whatever it might be, like, yep, no problem at all, just didn't want to keep kind of bombarding you with messages, I'll leave you to it. And if there's anything I can help you with in the meantime, just let me know. Then at least you've left it on a positive note as well, and that person might come back in the future. But if you want more help with this, or want to go into this in more detail, just jump into the closing clinic. It's free on skool.com/send, and we can help you with more things like this.